Obviously very excited to be back in the tournament. I've been doing this long enough and see and witness the pain of some of my colleagues that don't get in the tournament or just missing out by being one of the first teams out. And so you have to celebrate when it happens. It's hard. It's been certainly an uphill climb for us with the way we started the season at 7-5 to get to this point. So really thrilled about the opportunity to continue to coach these guys this week. Obviously, we drew a very difficult opponent in Louisville. 18-2 in the ACC is incredible. My guess is they feel like they're a little bit overseeded compared to where I thought they would probably be, and they probably think that maybe we're a little bit better than a 9 seed as well. So, Chucky Hepburn obviously played at Bellevue East and has obviously had an incredible college career and has done a great job at Louisville this year. So it'll be a tough game for us, but we're excited to keep playing, and like I said, really thrilled to be able to coach these guys this week. Also want to congratulate Coach Crutchfield in Omaha. Really cool that two teams from the same city going to the NCAA tournament, and I know their fan base is really excited as well. But a couple teams 30 blocks apart, going to the NCAA tournament's pretty cool.
Questions? Yeah, for you guys. I don't know what you think about the plane ride home from Georgetown, but it just seemed like that was, as dire of a season you could get. Right, you lost Pop, and you go and get beat by Georgetown pretty soundly. Like, what's it mean to just see your name pop up on the screen, knowing how hard the path was to get to that point?
Yeah, it's definitely a little more rewarding when you have to go through a little more adversity to get to this point. But honestly, it's just been a blast being a part of this team, going through that and having the rough start, but, sticking with each other and staying with the process and ending up where we are now. It's been awesome for me to get to experience that in my last year of college basketball. And, I'm looking forward to spending at least one more weekend with these guys.
Yeah, is there just a bump? I mean, I know you guys are always, there's always gratification when you make a tournament, but is there a little bit more to it, considering, how challenging it was to put yourselves in that position where you guys hit the pillow last night, not really wondering if you'd be in or not?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that it's a blessing to be in the position that we've been in this season, and just the camaraderie of this group. And last night, like you said, didn't really have to wake up in the morning sweating on if our name was going to be called, and that's definitely a privilege, and that's a testament to what Coach Mack has done with this program and just where Creighton is at as a whole. And then obviously every individual season is different, and it requires a different level of execution to get to the point that we've now been at with another at-large bid at the NCAA tournament. And being in college basketball for as long as I have, you recognize just how grateful you should be to be playing on the biggest stage at the end of the year.
Mac, you talked about kind of how tired the legs are at right now, just after this weekend. What's the biggest takeaway that you can maybe take from that to use on Thursday and going forward?
We played a road game on Friday night against UConn. We played a road game last night against St. John's, and we're going to play a road game Thursday against Louisville. So I just think the environment that we experienced Friday, Saturday night is going to prepare us for what's ahead on Thursday. Obviously, I think we'll have a pretty good group of fans follow us to Lexington, but obviously it's a quick trip from Louisville to Lexington. So I think they're gonna have a lot of people in the building. So we showed some grit this weekend, just like we have all season long. And unfortunately ran out of gas a little bit last night. But I think we're going into this week relatively healthy. Hopefully Fedor, another day or two, we get him back. But I think everybody else, after a little bit more rest, will be ready to go.
Ryan, what was your reaction to seeing the opponent and the location?
I don't really follow the bracketology too much, so I didn't know what to expect for who'd we get or where we'd be at. And honestly, for me, every year it's just like, I don't care who we play or where we're at. I'm just, it's like Mac and Steve have been talking about. It's so awesome that we get to play in the tournament again. So to me, the opponent or location doesn't matter too much to me. I'm just glad we got to make it again.
How quickly were you, Ryan or Steve, just how quickly did you have to kind of flush everything that happened over the past 3 days and kind of reset your mind of it's a new season now?
Yeah, it's difficult, but at the same time, I don't know if it's all the way quite there. Less than 24 hours ago, we were playing a game, and so there's going to be some stuff that we're still going to revisit and learn from that, because we need to learn from it so that we're prepared on Thursday. And I think that it's cool that you get to everybody's 0-0 now, and it takes 6 games to win it all, and you got to take it one at a time, and so you got to be able to be a mature team and a confident team that you can do it one step at a time and start a whole new season over in a way.
How are you guys feeling physically after 3 games in 3 days?
A little tired, but after a day off, you feel better. I mean, when you're in college for so long, like me and Steve-O have, you get used to being tired a little bit.
Feel great.
Sorry, Stephen, last year was your first experience here with Creighton, going through the NCAA tournament. What can you gather with you then? Just what did you learn about kind of what it takes with this group to win in March? Yeah,
the way that we play is obviously different than a lot of teams with our pace, and then also our defensive ability with a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year that causes a lot of problems and gives a lot of help to us guards. And so I think that we rely upon each other in the best ways, and you saw that last year in March, to where we were able to really count on key pieces to make big-time plays, and it's going to be more of the same. And I think you saw it on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in Madison Square Garden, of different guys stepping up when their number was called. And that's the joy about being a part of a team that's so selfless, and recognizing when other guys have their opportunities, that everybody's got the same confidence that they should have in taking that moment. And coming up on Thursday, and hopefully for more games to come, it's going to require the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I talked to him this morning, and unfortunately for D-Rock, I talked to him this morning too, and I feel really bad for him, really happy for Al. He's had an incredible 2-year run at High Point, and to take them to a place they've never been before. You saw the excitement in their building for the selection, so that was really cool to see, and wishing him all the best.
Stephen, I know with all the turnover now in college basketball, but is there anybody left at Utah State, people that you know that you'll be able to see there in Lexington?
Yeah, absolutely. Mason Falsev and Isaac Johnson were 2 of my teammates, and then a few of the recruits that were being recruited in my final year there that stayed at Utah State as well, and some other in-state Utah guys. So looking forward to meeting up with them, hopefully in Lexington, and getting to see them and catch up a little bit and cheer them on against UCLA.
Matt, I know it was a while ago. What were your impressions of Chucky Hepburn back when he was a little kid?
Was always impressed with Chucky, and he went to Wisconsin, had a great career there, and then made the decision to move, and has really elevated that Louisville program in a hurry. And Coach Kelsey's been doing this a long time. He was successful at Winthrop, he was successful at Charleston, and now he's done a great job in year 1 at Louisville. Despite some injuries early in the year, they kind of had to retool like we did, and then just went on an incredible run through the ACC. So it's a tough draw, and Chucky's an elite point guard and a great leader. Fortunately, I have one of those too.
What's the trick to getting this a team ready on a short turnaround, especially after you just went through a grinder?
Well, I mean, you go all conference season really, playing every couple days. So it's usually a 2-day prep, a 2-day prep, a 2-day prep, and we just played the last 2 games on an overnight prep. So we'll as a staff, we'll get everything ironed out tonight and tomorrow morning, and be ready to show the team what we need to show them tomorrow afternoon, and then we'll probably just do a walkthrough tomorrow, just because of the double overtime game and the amount of miles these guys put on their legs this past weekend. So I'm confident that if we can have a great mental day tomorrow, that we can cover everything from a physical standpoint on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Is playing those 3 almost true style road games back to back, is that something that you can use to your advantage and try to bring the group together?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. I mean, last night's environment in that second half when St. John's made the run, I don't know what these guys think. It rivaled anything that I've ever been part of. I would say probably, UConn in our building last year probably was right there, but it was electric. You couldn't hear yourself thinking there, and yet we stayed together through some tough times in that game against a really good basketball team. So, I think we get that, and when you have a team that's connected, that really helps your chances when you're on the road or you're in front of a tough environment because guys stick together, and that's been an attribute of this team all season. And it's a big reason why we're still playing.
Almost 170 games in that jersey. What are you looking forward to most about?
How many?
A lot.
Is it really that? How many has he played?
168, right? Something
It's not bad.
Not bad at all.
You must play in March a lot.
Yeah. What's your mentality about, just the last March, the last tournament run? What you're looking forward to about it?
I think just taking it all in, honestly, like we're gonna go into there as prepared as we're gonna be for any game this year. So, when you get to March, anything can happen. We know that, but I know it's my last March, so I'm gonna take it all in, and I know how fun it is to be a part of it, no matter what the outcome is. So I'm just gonna enjoy it, to be honest.